Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about constructive criticism and giving feedback. So I will have some like text resources for you to read. But for now, I'm just this video, I feel like I kind of wanted to have a more structured part to it, but it's on my mind, so I want to talk about it. But I am going to provide you with kind of like a script to kind of help us stay on track. But one thing that I really wanted to touch on is that we are creating your brand and the brand identity for your target market. We're creating it for you, your business, but also your target market in mind. They are who we are creating this for. And a lot of times we're trying to kind of mesh the two. You're a unique business owner, and there are things about you that you're going to want to see in your brand, and that totally makes sense. But we're also going to have to consider your ideal client. So when you're making decisions, when you're giving feedback, just please think of them, and please remember what we're trying to accomplish. So for example, we don't really want to crowdsource feedback from everyone else. I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say here. It's in my head. It's coming out, I promise. When we create a brand, we're not creating it for the general public. I don't know if you've heard this before, but Marie Forleo has said, and other marketers have said, if you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. So we don't really want to take your logo and just ask everybody under the sun, what do you think about this logo? What do you think about this logo? Because chances are not everyone's going to like it. And if we're creating it so that everyone's going to like it, we're missing the mark. So that's just something that I want us to keep in mind. And personal preferences, that was the other thing that I wanted to touch on real quickly, is that we're not creating the brand completely just for you. We are, but we're not. And what I mean by that is we're not choosing our own personal preferences. If we're going to do that, then you can just create a logo however you want to and not think about your target market at all, target audience at all, and you might not be getting the results that you want. So if you are a client where we've talked about this and you're saying, well, my target audience is me, we're going to want to really think about that. We're going to want to really think, am I truly my target market? Because we want to make sure. And if that's the case, then your opinion could, solely your opinion on the logo and branding could be fine. But generally speaking, we're not going to want to solely go off of personal preferences. And you and I can have a conversation about that further, but that's just something that I wanted to point out. So this video is getting a little long, trying to keep them short and sweet, but I really just wanted to say, just keep an open mind when you're giving your criticism or feedback on the branding and logos and colors and things like that, imagery, just because we are creating them with a purpose, and we are using market research and competitor analysis and things like that. So we're not just winging it here, okay? I'm going to have resources for you on how to get back to me with your feedback, but this is just a video that I wanted to kind of supplement with that. And if you have any questions for me, just let me know.